Welcome, everybody. My name is David. I'm from Bald Guy Media. We are doing a Cardinal scheme rebuild. Now, it's not a normal rebuild, how I'm going to do these. Not realistic as much as it is. We are going to see how these teams and schemes work when you really stick to the blueprint of what they're about, the type of players they need. I want to know more about these playbooks. So the next time you do a Cardinals rebuild because they traded back in the draft or whatever they did, I want you to be successful with using a team's playbook. See, maybe it'll take me longer, but by learning things, maybe you can, do what I did faster where I found success, if that makes sense. So this is kind of a learning as we go experience. Uh, the Cardinals' offensive playbook, um, not known for being a great sim playbook, but maybe we can make it into one. So we're going to see how long it's going to take us to win a championship. And by doing that, we're going to stay very strict to the players that we draft, sign, trade for, re-sign, being in our scheme. So let's have some fun. This is part one of the rebuild. It's gonna be a long video. I get very detailed. I micromanage everything in this rebuild. So it's taking me a long time, but it's fun. I've grown to like this team a lot, except for one player, and you will find out who that is soon. So let's get right into this. All right. So as we start the off season, going into the 2023 season, we have some contracts that we need to hand out here. But there's not much. There's 34 players that need to be resigned, and I can tell you, I ain't signing, resigning most of them. Probably Byron Murphy and Zach Allen. That's about it. Nothing else I really want. J.J. Watt's gone, too old. It's bad. This is a bad team, and the players that are still signed are bad. Love Greg Dortch, as the great fantasy guru John Hanson would say. Greg Dortch. But other than that, we are only resigning a few guys here, and we might have to overpay a little bit, but we can't draft an entire team, so we have to bring back some guys. And we're gonna start with Zach Allen here. Give him a little bit more money, keep him happy, keep him around. If anything, he's depth. Get us to the his replacement. Don't have to worry about that for maybe a season, but definitely want Byron Murphy Jr. around. Young, star depth. Stick around. Let's go. Alright, so as we look at the schemes fits for this team, Cliff Kingsbury, his playbook is an air raid playbook, and as you can see, not too many players fit into our scheme. We're only at a 47%, so that's pretty bad. Not only is it a bad team, probably not the greatest playbook, but they don't really fit into the scheme. Base 3-4, we're at 95%. So defense, we're kind of fitting in there. So, and if you look at what we need defensive players, but not as bad as offensive players. So we're going to have to bring that up. Look at that, 77 overall offense and 76 defense, despite being almost a 95% scheme fit. 76 overall team. This is a bad team. And Kyler Murray has a bad contract. It's bad. I mean, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? What are you doing giving Kyler Murray that kind of money? I know he was Kyler the compiler as far as like fantasy stats for a little bit, but as far as wins, he's not compiling much of them. But I think we're kind of hamstrung with rebuilding with Kyler going forward. All right, so looking at the offense here, and Kyler Murray, he's a superstar dev, but he's only 79 overall, and he's not a scheme fit yet, but he's close. So there's something to work there with, but I will tell you this, improviser is not a very common scheme for quarterbacks. There's only a couple, and Kyler needs to get there. And then when you start looking at the rest of this offense, especially, they have a scheme of a receiving back, but you got James Conner, star dev. He's 6'1", 28 years old. He's old, and he's not a scheme fit. He's more of a power back type guy. I mean, his receiving is his lowest scheme, so he don't fit. And receiving back as a starting back, it's not really. Those backs aren't very successful either in Madden. You want running backs that are more balanced, that can pass, run, in either a power scheme or the great running backs aren't really receiving, and Arizona uses receiving, and that's another thing. They use receiving, but they don't throw to the back that much in this playbook, as I found out. DeAndre Hopkins, he's old and he's only a star dev, so we have to get rid of him. Marquise Brown, he's not close. I mean, he's close, but he's not a scheme fit. Neither is Rondale Moore. He's really not that close either. They use slot scheme fit for wide receiver, so we're gonna have to move on from these guys. Zach Ertz is old. Possession scheme fit, so he's kind of right there, but we definitely want to move on from him as well and get Trey McBride in there. As far as the offensive line, I kind of like the offensive line being the left tackle, left guard, center, and right guard are all pass protector schemes, so you can kind of move those guys around. You can get a bunch of pass protectors in just the right guard spot and move one to center, left guard, left tackle. The only offensive lineman that's out of scheme as far as the other four are the right tackle, and he's a power back. I mean, not a power back, but he's a power scheme offensive lineman. So, and we need it all. Rodney Hudson is 34. Superstar, but he's old. So we basically have DJ Humphries to start and Rodney Hudson, and the rest of the O-line is garbage. So we really need to focus on that O-line at some point. Maybe we can patch it together in free agency in a couple minutes here, but we're going to need to really beef up this offense. Trade away some skill position players and draft that O-line. Start building up that O-line. Find some receiving backs. They don't carry a fullback, so they usually have a tight end in that spot. So as we look at the defense here, we need some work as well. The left end is a power rush. We have a need there. The right end and the D tackle, the nose tackle, they're both run stopper schemes. We have Zach Allen there filling in for now, so you can interchange the nose tackle in the right end. I think we just need beefier guys. We need guys that are closer to 300. This playbook, I think, is better at stopping the run if you have the right personnel in there, but we're gonna have to replace guys. But I think the defense, as far as I can tell and remember, from drafting, is defensive line you can find later in the draft. They're always hidden in there. You don't have to really scout them as much. They're much easier to identify, and sometimes you'll find some generational talent later or earlier in the draft, but you can get those guys later, and we can definitely find some in free agency. Zavon Collins, star depth, 6'4". I think we're going to keep him around. Our middle linebacker is a field general. You need 2 of them to start. So Zavon Collins is going to be there. Our left outside linebacker is a power rush. We have a need there. But I think we can move Cam Thomas on that side. Cam Thomas is more of a power rush scheme. And they have him on the right side, where the right side is a speed rush. So we're going to have to move him over. But, the defense is bad. It's pretty bad. But it's not as bad as the offense, in my opinion. Cornerback is man-to-man scheme. Byron Murphy is really our only guy that I'm really interested in, and we just re-signed him. So we're good there. And then the rest of our secondary, free safety zone. Jalen Thompson is star dev. He'll be fine for now. 80 overall, 25. Try to build him up. He's not bad. We don't have to worry about replacing the free safety yet. And there are strong safeties, Buda Baker and Isaiah Simmons. They both are star dev, and they fit into the run support scheme. Isaiah Simmons was a little middle linebacker. He's their sub linebacker. So we can move him around maybe if we can't find a middle linebacker too. And Buda Baker, I'm surprised he's only a star dev, but definitely someone we could possibly look to trade sooner or later at 92 overall, so we can find safeties very easily, or we just put Isaiah Simmons there as our number 1 safety and find a backup. Alright, so we are into week 2 of free agency, stage 2, and let's see who we signed. Defensive guys, we got Tart, Jones, Charles, but we did not get Connor McGovern to be a stopgap at left guard, or Mike McGlinchey to be our right tackle. That sucks. Those guys did not sign with us. So we missed out on Mike McGlinchey, but we were able to bring in Terrence Steele despite him having no interest in coming here. We also added Jermaine Pratt as our middle linebacker 2. And we added Carl Nass as some depth to our left outside linebacker. He's a scheme fit. No one great, just trying to get some depth here at least. And we are now up to an 80 overall in offense and a 78 overall in defense. So some improvement there. And a quick check on our scheme. The air raid scheme is now up to a 52%. Still not great. But the base 3-4 is 100%. Oh. Let's see how well this defense plays with it being in scheme. Alright, so we are starting the NFL draft. You've seen everyone we've signed. We have the 3rd overall pick. We are just going to use the generic Madden 23 draft classes. There's no need to get realistic here. And looking at the top 5, the 2 guys I focused on here are not who I thought they would be. I was hoping they'd be top 5 talents, and since they're not top 5 talents, I'm not going to go after them. We could go after a corner, but it's not the greatest of need. But we do like this left tackle here. But I think I'm going to trade back because there's more offensive linemen I can take later. So we're going to deal here and find one we like. Alright, so the Colts are offering us an extra 3rd this year and a 7th to move up 1 spot. So we're going to take that. I like the Eagles offering us 2nd first, but I'm going to take this and move back 1 spot and maybe trade back again. So as we look at what's on the board still here, it's the same. We're in the same position, the same guys. So I think I'm going to trade back again because I just don't see what I want this high up. Alright, so the Lions are offering us a similar deal, and we're going to take it to move back from 4 to 6. Good luck, Lions. Alright, sitting here at 6th, I'm not really sure I want to go back any further. I really like this left tackle. He solidifies this position, and we never have to worry about it again for the rest of this rebuild, I hope. So Trevor Reese, looking great. We're going to go with you, and he's a hidden dev. Looking like a beast. Young. There we go. Power scheme. Just what we need. Alright, so round 2, pick 3. We're looking at this corner here. Shaquille Hughes. We're going to draft him. He's fast. 21 years old, hidden dev. So 2 in a row as far as hidden devs go. Looking good so far. Alright, so round 3, pick 3. Another cornerback in scheme right here. Looking good. Cameron Elam. Ah, come on. No dev. It's got speed, but no devs. Alright, let's look at how our draft turned out. We got Trevor Reese. He's a hidden dev. Shaquille Hughes, cornerback. He's a hidden dev. Elam was not. Smallwood was not. Townsend was not. Pollard was a hidden dev. And that's pretty much it. Not a great draft. But I'll take Trevor Reese and Shaquille Hughes here. Hopefully we get a better draft next year and really add. But the draft really didn't fall my way. It wasn't a great draft. But I'm decently satisfied with the depth we acquired here. So, you know, Frank Pollard, only 68 overall. He's probably just going to be depth. He's 23 with a hidden dev. Oh, probably not good enough. But, you know, he'll definitely be a cornerback 4 or 5 for us. Alright, let's move forward here. Alright, so we are looking in free agency UDFAs, and we find one here. Dave Whalen, star dev. You are going to be our new slot man. Let's go. So not only did we find Dave Whalen with a star dev, but we found Zach Ware in UDFA free agency, and he's a hidden dev. So he's only a 62 overall, but I think we're going to start Zach Ware over Nassib and Thomas. We're here sitting at 79 overalls across the board. 79 for offense, 79 for defense, 79 overall. Let's look at our scheme fits real quick to see how far we've come. So we're up to an 81 overall on the air raid offensive scheme. Looking great. Much better improvement. And 100% in base 3-4. Looking good, looking good. And now the moment of truth, simming our first game against the Cowboys. Come on, give me a win. And we get blown out 37-14. You should know that Case Keenum is starting right now until Kyler Murray gets back. So that is not fun. Hopefully we take off when Kyler comes back. But Case Keenum not getting it done. A shock, I know, but we're 0-2 with Case Keenum starting. This is Kyler Murray's first game back. Let's see if we have different results. And we really don't. We score a little bit more, but our defense is worse. But we're up to 80 overalls across the board here. Maybe we have some success going down the road. And we don't. So we're 0-7 at the trade deadline, and we need to make a move. I'm going to trade Marquise Joe Dream Hollywood Brown for the best offer I can find. And we're going to get a first from the Colts. And we have one more move to make. Let's get rid of Zach Ertz. The Lions need a man. And we'll take a 3rd round pick. Thank you very much. Let's sim the rest of the season. Real quick, before I go any further, we are now in week 9. Our offense is down to a 77 overall after the trade of Hollywood Brown, Zach Ertz. But I want to show you the stats because they might be the grossest stats I've ever seen in a sim so far. They're ugly. All right, we are 31st in offensive yards, 30th in defensive yards. Kyler Murray only has 1,200 yards, 8 passing touchdowns, and 100. And he's our leading rusher. It's it's terrible. This is so bad. I mean, are these real? We can't score any points. This is awful. Now, now we go to the end of the season. So at the end of year one of this rebuild, we have 3 wins, including a win in the last game of the season where Kyler Murray finally shows up. But look, we're up to 80 overalls. It's not been very good. Not been very good at all. As we finish out some upgrades here, it's bad. This team is bad. Obviously, we didn't make the playoffs. Playoffs? Are you kidding me? Terrible. So let's do some upgrades and get to the off season quickly. Looking at the stats, Kyler Murray, James Conner. I mean, no, not even 1,000-yard receiver. No double-digit touchdowns. Is this the worst playbook in the world? I don't get it. No sacks. Tart's our leading sacker. It's just bad. This might be the worst team I've ever put together. 31st in offensive yards. I mean, who could be worse than us? 29th. Oh, we improved. We went from 30th to 29th in yards allowed. Jesus. Well, let's get to the next season, and hopefully we can have a dynamite draft and really improve this team. We do have some sunshine on our rainy day. Jermaine Pratt has made the Pro Bowl, so we look to have him move up in development as we move forward. As we move on in free agency, we need to see who we need. Looking at our roster, we need to see who we need to keep and who we need to cut, what we need to fill in here. Kyler Murray is our quarterback. We need a backup. There's James Conner. I'm not even going to try to trade him. I'm just getting rid of him. He's old and he's slow. We don't need him no more. So you're gone. We need to find a running back in this draft. There's a receiving scheme fit. Nuke's up to 32. Got Rondell Moore, but he's not into our scheme. And a bunch of garbage that we're just going to get rid of. Trey McBride. We don't really need a tight end, but we'll take one. This guy. Goodbye. See you, Tommy. DJ Humphries. He needs to be replaced at some point. Absolutely have no left guard. Center. Rodney Hudson left. He was old. Need a right guard. So we need 4/5 of our offensive line, which is awesome. You know, Trevor Reese is going to be a beast. And we have Steele. We'll have to try to get rid of or just leave him there for depth. It's kind of a waste of a signing, but I'm going to take the draft pick. D-line, I mean, we need to fill in these guys. Tart is fine. But Townsend and Smallwood never really developed. They had no development trait. Pratt can hang on along with Zavon. Corners are fine, I think. I think my secondary's okay. We can live with the secondary. It's not a need, especially when you get to we don't need this guy. Don't need you, buddy. We can look to move everybody. I mean, Buda Baker's probably a good trade candidate right now, and just find someone in the draft or have Isaiah Simmons there to be the next guy. We're good. I think as far as we need a lot. We need a lot of things. This is gonna be super fun. We don't need Cummins. Get out of here, buddy. You're gone. Looking at our draft picks, we have 2 firsts, a second, 2 thirds, a fourth, a fifth, and 2 sevenths. I'm not going to treat draft picks as like I said, this isn't realistic. So I'm going to do what I got to do to try to build this team fast. So I'm going to start moving on from these old guys, Buddha and Nuke and Rondell Moore, whoever else I have to trade away. All right. Look, let's take a quick look here at some prospects. Who we got? It's not looking good for people in our scheme. Not looking good. I think there was one generational quarterback in our scheme, and that was last draft. Other than that, there's nobody else in improviser that's a draftable quarterback. I think I'm looking at these 2 guys here. Not that right tackle. No, but we need a speed rusher. We need run stoppers. We need a whole heck of a lot on this team. We need to start making some moves. Is it too early to take a receiving back in the first round? Maybe. Well, let's continue forward. All right, so we have a trade here. We get a first round pick, and we get a younger wide receiver in our scheme for Nuke Hopkins from the Bears. Not a bad little move here. We'll take it. As you can see, we've made another move. We are shipping off Rondell Moore. Help me, Rondell! To the Bengals. They need another wide receiver for a second round pick. See you, Rondell. That's the way you're going to help me. Looking at some free agency moves we're looking to make, we want to add Rashawn Gary and just instantly upgrade our outside linebacker. We've made a play for John Runyon, a scheme fit running back that's very young in Jamal Kinney. Wish he had a dev. And then also we made a play for Hopkins at center, just in case we don't get these guys in the draft. Hopefully we can go ahead and add them here. And I think I also want to make a move here for Brandon Ayuk and really just, the Cardinals like having wide receivers. Let's get a good wide receiver crew here. So I think we're also going to try to make a move for Brandon Ayuk. Actually, no, we're not. That's right. I'm remembering now. We had originally a play for Brandon Ayuk, and then we saw Rashawn Gary, and that's what we did. We took our bid off Brandon Ayuk. I'm recording this after I did this, and I needed to remind myself that. But look at that. We get Rashawn Gary. All right, this defense is going to, I think, start building up. We did not get Runyon. I don't think. Yeah, we didn't get Runyon. But that will spoil that. But we do get Jamal Kinney. So I think that's our only free agency moves. Let's get on to the draft. This is just fodder. Putting up a bigger play for John Runyon doesn't work, buddy. And also pointing out the quarterbacks are amazing, and we can't sign any of them. And they're on our scheme. Welcome to the 2024 NFL Draft. We have the second overall pick, and we have a bad team. We were picking third overall last year. We are now picking second overall this year. We are trending in the wrong direction. But I think that's going to change because when you look at our draft picks, we have 3 first-round picks, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, a fourth, a fifth, and 2 sevenths. So I think we have more than the ammunition to rebuild this team now through the draft. As long as we have a dynamite draft, we need to hit a grand slam. We cannot hit a solo shot. We cannot hit a 2-run home run, a 3-run home run. We need to hit a freaking grand slam to dead center. And of course, looking at the guys projected at number 2 overall. There's just not the depth of at the scheme that I want. You know, our scheme guys aren't there. They're later in the draft. I don't think I want to take this. I mean, I would like English, but look, he's a projected 2 through 3 round. I can't take that guy there. I mean, I need a speed rusher to go on the other side of Rashawn Gary to fit that part of the scheme, but that's not going to happen. So, and I like this guy, except for the fact that he has D through F injury and D through F stamina. I can't do that. He either does not have a dev grade, hidden dev, or he is just not going to be able to make it through the season. So look, we're going to trade back yet again. We have a quarterback, albeit it's Kyler Murray and I don't like him. But we have a quarterback and we don't need one right now. And if we did, even if we did, there's no quarterback there in our scheme. There's no improviser. So we need to take a deal and we need to do what we can to improve this team. And I think I want to pick up another second. And I'll take the Commanders right here. So we move back and we pick up another second round pick. That's not bad. Let's make our first selection. Still no one real close to where we are, but I think I like Tom Cheatham as a potential pick here for us. And look at that, hidden dev, pass protector, in scheme, 21 years old, 6'6", 313 pounds, with a hidden dev. Let's go. Hidden dev number 1. All right, moving on to our second first round pick, pick 19. We are looking at left tackle Eric Kitchen. We can move these guys all over our offensive line except for right tackle because they're all in scheme fit. He looks great. Let's draft this man and see what he beholds as his development trait. Hidden dev number 2, 21 years old, 319 pounds, 6'4", pass protector. This man's in scheme, and we are already making moves on this offensive line. So, we are looking at pick number 3 for us in the first round. Bill Gaines, left tackle, 22 years old. He looks really good as well. We're going to draft this man. Bill Gaines, come on, you want to be a part of this Cardinals rebuild? You want to be on this offensive line? We need to boost this offensive line. Don't think about it anymore. 3 in a row. 6'7", 305, 22 years old, pass protector. Hidden dev, our third hidden dev in a row. Bill Gaines, left tackle. Let's go. Skipping ahead here to the second round. We are pick number 2 in the second round. Looking through here. Angelo Cates has made it out of the first round. We really need this receiving back. We pass on a couple. And look at that. Angelo Cates, another hidden dev. 4 in a row. And he's fast as hell. Our second pick in the second round, pick 9. Looking at this tight end, I don't really need one, but he's looking too good to pass up. Great. Look at all those greats. Yeah, of course he's a hidden dev. That's 5 in a row. 5 in a row for the hidden devs. This team is moving. Pick 3 of the second round, pick number 26 overall. Looking at the strong safety. Sean Triplett, you are, what is that? I'm losing track here. 5th? 6th? I don't know. But that's another hidden dev in a row. Let's see if we can keep this streak going. Going to the third round, pick 2. I think we're going to take a look at a safety here. We need another safety. Trevor Sherman, looking good in scheme. Let's draft him. Another hidden dev. This is unbelievable. 6'3", 205, 21 hidden dev. What a beast. Let's go. I mean, I can't say let's go any longer, but here, number 8, Martin Ragland, 8th in a row, hidden dev. Is this the most amazing draft you've ever seen? Has anyone ever drafted 8 hidden devs in a row like this. And Samir Gardner, you're going to end the streak. I'm sorry, everybody. Our backup running back does not have it. All right, looking at our draft recap. Again, we have Tom Cheatham. He's a hidden dev. Right tackle. Eric Kitchen, hidden dev. Bill Gaines, Angelo Cates, Greg Rogers, Sean Triplett, and the last, Trevor Sherman. Last was Martin Ragland. That was 8 in a row. The rest was just filler here, backups. But look at that, 8 in a row for hidden devs. What a draft. This might be becoming my favorite rebuild. I mean, I've never had a draft like that before, and teams should get so much better. We have an entire offensive line now. We have more weapons. We have 2 safeties. We can move on, start making moves, and trade away Buda Baker. Looking good, man. Let's see who had the number 1 overall. Tony Woodard. Yeah, not the greatest. Yeah, I think we did pretty good for the type of overalls we have here. I think we did really good. I like it. Absolutely. All right, as I said, I was going to try to move Buda Baker. I think we got a great deal here. We get a rookie outside linebacker in scheme, English, Georgie Pickens, and a second-round pick. I think this is a good deal for us. I mean, I don't know if it's really a good deal for the Steelers, but this isn't realistic. We're not trying to be realistic. We need to start making this team way better, way faster. All right, another move we're making here is Thompson to the Jaguars for a second. We have both our starting safeties for the future in this past draft, and I want to make sure that Thompson is not overtaking our free safety in the depth chart while simming. It's very annoying. Madden, please fix that. I know C4, the great C4, has always has issues with that, so we're gonna add some second round picks here. And then another move we're looking to make is we need to get rid of Steele. He's no longer needed. We have our starting right tackle, so the Texans are gonna take him for our second round pick. We are loaded up on second round picks. They're really good to have. Good trade up pieces, and there's still plenty of talent in these drafts. Second round, they're almost better than having first round picks, and I believe it. All right, so we are now in the preseason. We're sitting at a 79 overall on offense, an 81 overall on defense, 79 overall total. Let's take a look at our depth chart. Come on, Madden, speed it up. Got Kyler, we got Cates, our hidden dev, running back Kinney and Clifton. They're all in scheme. And you got Pickens, Mooney, and Dave Whalen. We got a wide receiver, Altry, who's a return man. He's very fast. He's in scheme. Hayes is not that fast, or Rhodes, but they're in scheme. We're starting George Rogers over McBride because George Rogers has the dev. And we don't have to start George Rogers with fear of him losing his dev. Because tight ends are like offensive linemen where they don't have to start right away like wide receivers and other skill positions. But, I mean, we're still going to start him because Trey McBride wasn't good enough. And this offensive line is going to be so good. Reese, Cheatham, Kitchen, Ragland, Gaines. All hidden dev. They're going to grow, be very, very good by the end of this season. And going to next year, they're going to just be a dominating force. Looking at the defense, we got Sherman and Triplett there. Isaiah Simmons is our sub linebacker. We got English we traded for, rookie speed outside linebacker. Rashawn Gary, the big signing. George Pratt and Zavon Collins, middle linebackers. Byron Murphy and Elam, who we drafted. You got Shaquille Hughes on the other side of Murphy, Marco Wilson and Pollard, who we drafted. The only problem I have are these men right here, Tart and Zach Allen. That interior of our defensive line, our our front right there, they need to get bigger. But we couldn't fix everything. We took care of the offensive line, and then we got Autry here at a return man. He's fast. Hopefully, we can get lucky with getting him in the Pro Bowl as a return man and get a dev trait for him, build him up, and maybe sneak him to the starting lineup. But we're now up to an 88% overall in our air raid scheme. One of the things bringing us down is we do not have a fullback. Maybe we'll pick one up if we really need it. Our 2 guard spots, the backups aren't in scheme. But we're 100% on defense, which is good. We've been there for a little bit. So we're getting closer to being 100 across the board. That's the team. Let's get to the regular season. And as we sim the first week of the regular season, we blow out the Buffalo Bills. Look at that, baby. We blow them out. Let's go. Taking a look at the stats, Kyler Murray, 150 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, a rating of 131. But he's added 54 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground. Angelo Cates with a dynamic debut of 143 yards and a rushing touchdown. And Kenny comes in with 42 yards and Dave Whalen adds 9. Is this really a rushing playbook? Air raid. This is a run raid. Holy smokes. Going down to another thing about Dave Whalen. He's our slot wide receiver. So it looks like the slot wide receiver gets some rushing here. We might have to move somebody else there, like Mooney or George Pickens. Because if they're going to get rushing attempts from the slot, then we want somebody else there. Dave Whalen was our leading wide receiver over George Rogers. And look, Cates even added 21 yards in the air. We just didn't need to throw. I mean, Mooney, 19 yards. George Pickens with a touchdown in his debut. Looking good. That's my kitty cat. She says hi. Jermaine Pratt, 10 tackles, 1 for a loss. Any sacks? Give me some sacks. No sacks. All right, but we get a pick from Byron Murphy. Off to a great start, guys. We're off to a great start. All right, we are coming out of the Week 7 bye, and as good as things started with Week 1, things are not looking too good here. Let's look at the stats. 28th offensive yards, but we're 2nd overall in defense. Looking at the totals here, Kyler Murray, that is not a good touchdown to interception ratio. It's frankly terrible. Got to get better, Kyler, or you're not going to be on this team. Angelo Cates, not bad for a rookie. You know, Murray's adding on the ground. Kenny's contributing a little bit. A lot of randomness as far as other people touching the ball. This is not good. Bobby Woods is someone we traded for. He's in scheme. Cates has some receiving yards. It's just not great. This is not good. Defensively, Isaiah Simmons is now our leading tackler. And we're not getting any sacks from anybody. Sean Gary, what a disappointment. Hughes and Triplett have interceptions, but this is not good. This is not good at all. We need to get better. Come on. And I'm putting it all on Kyler Murray. It's all him. All right, so we are at the end of our second season, 2024. we've improved a little bit since last year. More wins. We're 5-12, but not a great year. Offense is up to an 83. Defense is up to an 83. We're at an 83 overall. Let's go and take a look at some of these stats and see how we did. All right, Kyler Murray couldn't go over 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns at 17 interceptions. Not good. Cates, Murray had a lot of rushing yards. Cates, not bad. Almost 900 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns. Kinney contributed 250 and 4. Not a 1,000-yard wide receiver. So you should know that Mooney got hurt. He was out for 5 games with collarbone. And then George Pickens took off. George Pickens was not having a good season until that happened. Defense, yardage-wise, we're almost in the top 5. But points scored, we're 30th. Yards on offense, we're 30th. Not good. I mean, of course, there's my Raiders playbook that I love so much. Just sitting out there. Yeah, we are not doing well here on offense. Look at that. Middle of the pack with rushing, pretty much. 21 points per game. Yikes. Bottom 5 of the league. That is just terrible, man. We're nowhere to be found. We are nowhere to be found. Bottom of the league, middle to bottom of the league. Defense, though. And we are top 6 in yards allowed. Top 10 in passing yards. Keep up a little, around top 10 in rush yards allowed. No sacks, man. Jeez, where's our sacks at? Bottom of the league in sacks. Not even 30 sacks. 11 picks. This is terrible. All right, we need to get better on defense for sure. I think if we add to the defensive line, we're going to see a boost. All right, so we have Byron Murphy. As we quickly move to the awards section, Byron Murphy has made some numbers here. Cates finished just outside of Offensive Rookie of the Year. Triplett was up there. English was in there, but not good enough. No awards there. Best QB. You ain't gonna find Kyler there. Jordan Love with the cheat code playbook. Angelo Cates, top 10 consideration. Definitely no wide receiver. None whatsoever. What about our offensive lineman? Nope. No, nobody there. Nobody there. Byron Murphy, okay. Fighting for the best DB, number 3. Not bad. No kicker. All right. Well, there we go. That's the awards. It's free agency time, and we are looking to bring in the sun god into Arizona. Arizona's hot, and it's sunny. The Sun Devils, gotta have the sun god. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Come on, boys. Let's give him whatever he wants and see if we can bring him in here. It'll give us a great wide receiver core of Georgie Pickens, Amon-Ra, and Mooney. Let's do it. Give him what he wants. Give him the bag. Let's make him an offer he can't refuse. Did you see it? Did you see it? They went from an 83 to an 85 overall on our offense, which means we got the sun god. Let's go. Oh boy, this team's looking nice. We're building a bodacious team. We got 3 wide receivers. We got an offensive line. We got tight ends. We got a kicker too.
maybe that's really what boosted us up, I think. Tyler Bass, I really think, brought us up to what we needed to be. But welcome to Arizona, the Sun God. I'm on Ross St. Brown. Let's go. And as we leap forward to the 2025 draft, we are sitting at pick 5. But I think we want pick 1. Let's see what the Browns want for that pick. Easy enough. We move up in round 1 and we add an extra 3. Lose a 2 and a 4, but I like it.
Here we are now with the number 1 overall pick, staring at a top 5 projected talent. Key ratings look awesome. Double A's. Lamar Gaines, brother of our left tackle, probably. And he's a hidden dev. Let's go. Power rush in scheme. This guy looks like a beast, and he's going to be with us a long time. All right, we are at pick 5 in round 2, and we're looking at Chauncey Patterson. In our scheme, we need another power rush guy for our D end. Double B's a C and an A. Looking at his physicals, he's got 40 on the bench press. Great strength, great agility, solid acceleration. Injuries in F, that's a concern, but he's a hidden dev, another hidden dev, 93 strength. That's 2 in a row. You think we can have a draft like last draft? Not exactly where to go here with this 3rd pick in our draft. Looking at 3 C's and a D, but height, weight, speed. I mean, he's running a 4.38, first in the combine here for his position. Everything else looks okay, but I mean, he's 6'3" and he's a 4.38 40. I'm kind of intrigued. He has a C in man coverage, and he's not a hidden dev, so we already broke the streak. We were 2 for 2, and we ended the streak right there. All right, so we struck out with that strong safety. We need more on our defensive line. Another starter, Juan Ashmore, sitting here. 3 in a row, non-hidden dev, but this guy looks like he's got some stats, so we can build him up. Sitting at pick 5 in round 3, this safety looks too good to pass up, and he's a hidden dev. So we end the streak of non-hidden devs with a hidden dev free safety. Run support. He's not schemed for free safety, but we'll just move him right to strong safety. All right, we're just looking at depth here, but this guy has 3 C's and a B. He's in scheme. We'll take it. Maybe he makes the team, maybe he doesn't. All right, let's look at the draft recap. We skipped through the last few picks. We're just backup guys. We got Lamar Gaines, hidden dev, 77 overall. Chauncey Patterson, hidden dev, 73 overall. Macbeth was not hidden dev. That's okay. Strong safety was not hidden dev there. Dawson. Dwight Dawson. Juan Ashmore, he'll play for us. He's not hidden dev. Can't have everyone be hidden dev, but he'll be there. And Sherman, more depth. We have another Sherman on our team. And just some fill-in guys here, really, at the very end. But I think another really great draft. Not 8 in a row as far as hidden dev, but we got hidden devs at the key players that we need them to be. So, looking good. This team's ready. This team's ready to win, Kyler. Don't let us down. Here we go. We are about to start week 1. We are at an 84 overall on offense and an 81 overall on defense and 82 overall. Expectations are high. Let's take a look at the schemes. Come on, Madden. So slow. Air raid, 100%. Down to a 96 on defense. We have to change around our DN spot here, but it'll be 96. So 100s across the board. Looking pretty good. Let's take a look at the roster. got Kyler Murray. We signed a in-scheme quarterback there, Tuttle. Actually, not bad, but the highest guy we could find in the scheme. Of course, we have Cates. Brought in Hines. We have Kenny. Clifton Hines is at fullback. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God. Darnell Mooney. Pickens on the other side. We still have Bobby Trees, Bobby Woods. Autry still there. Dave Whalen. Of course, Greg Rogers, our hidden dev, and our stars of the show for right now. The all hidden dev offensive line of Trevor Reese, Cheatham, Kitchen, Ragland, and our new tackle, Lamar Gaines. We have Gaines at left tackle. Of course, Sherman, who we brought in last year. English, who we brought in. Zavon Collins and George Pratt are still here. Rashawn Gary, the big free agency signings, up to a 92 triplet. Isaiah Simmons, the sub linebacker, sitting there. We have Shaquille Hughes, Elam still, Byron Murphy, Pollard, Macbeth's new. Just brought him in. Lamar Gaines, we moved him to the left end and put Juan Ashmore, DT, and Chauncey Patterson. So we have our two hidden devs on the D line. And it's looking stacked. Looking like a good season coming here. We're going to build these boys up and see where we can get by the end of the season. Come on, Kyler. The ball is in your court here. Get it done. As we always do, it's week 1. Let's simulate. And we get the dub. Not a big blowout, but we'll take it. All right. Like what I see here, we have a tough matchup in week 2 with the Eagles playbook. But I'm liking what we see. Let's check out the stats. 28-13. Kyler Murray, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns. Him and Cates combined for 80 yards and a touchdown. Not really great, but Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3 tutties and 109 yards in his debut. Greg Rogers, a security blanket. Darnell Mooney, Pickens just kind of hanging in there. Defensively, we got a sack from a defensive end. Maybe our sacks will go up this year. I like it. It's a positive step in the right direction. No picks, but you can't have everything. Well, not at once. Moving forward to week 11, we just finished our bye. We are 5-4, as you saw, sitting at the top of our division. Let's look at the stats. 30th in offense still. This playbook sucks right now. Or it's just Kyler. But we're at 7th in overall defense, so still a top defensive playbook in yards. And I think part of that is because we run the ball so much. But Kyler Murray, 2,200 passing yards, 18 touchdowns. You know, he's great at compiling interceptions. He's 5'10", midget. Kyler, the interception compiler. Just not happy with that. Look, Tuttle got in there. 5 for 8 and a tutty. Cates, rushing is not good. I don't get it. That's not great. But the Sun God just killing it here. Over 700 yards and 9 tutties. George Pickens needs to get some touchdowns. I think I'm going to make a change there. Let's look how we're doing in the compared to the rest of the league for the Sun God. You know, he's down there still a little bit. How about yards? It's around top 10. Tutties. He's right there. So Amon-Ra's doing pretty good. See, Amon-Ra is our starting wide receiver, and he's our starting slot. So we might have to move George Pickens to number 1 and move Amon-Ra just the primary, well, not move, but keep Amon-Ra primary slot. Amon-Ra is getting all the stuff, all the TDs here, and George Pickens is not getting any. I mean, 400 yards is okay. You'd like to see that higher, but pretty much spread out across the board. So, you know, Mooney's our third wide receiver. I don't want him being our second leading receiver. looking at sacks allowed. Come on, Billy Gaines and Trevor Reese. Let's do a little bit better than that. Tackles, Pratt is killing it again. 83 tackles. 2 sacks. But sacks, Rashawn Gary. Giving us life here. And he has a pick. I mean, this has already surpassed last year's numbers as far as sacks. And this team is young on the offensive or defensive line as well. So those should go up. This is about on par to what we had the previous season. Maybe, they trend and keep them about the same and increase the sacks, and I think that will lead to more winning. If we can, finish the season out on the winning percentage we might have a chance to make the playoffs as a wild card or win our division. Here we are at week 18. We are staring down the playoffs with a win. Possibly. We need some other teams to lose, but we're on a mini run here. We won 27-0 last week. We're up to 87 overall on offense, 85 overall on defense, 85 overall. Let's see if we get the win and we can sneak into the playoffs as a wild card team. We get the win, but we don't get in. Well, it's an improvement on the seasons, the first 2 seasons. We're looking good, but we need to make the playoffs. Come on, Kyler. And as we do, we take a look at the stats. We are up to an 18th overall offensively, and we dropped a little bit defensive yards, but we're still top 10, right in the mid-pack of points scored, points allowed. We're top 10. But Kyler cut down the interceptions a little bit, got up to a 4,600 passing yards, 36 passing TDs. Not bad. Let's look at the rushing numbers. Cates, he's still around that 800-yard mark with 13 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, good baseline of 400 yards rushing and decent amount of rushing touchdowns. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, almost 100 catches. Probably would have had a better season had we not moved Georgie Pickens up. But look, Georgie Pickens went up and we made that move, and Georgie Pickens went up to 7 receiving touchdowns. Amon-Ra with 12. That is awesome. George Rogers, 88. Our second in catches. Almost 1,000 yards. He's a nice little security blanket for us. That Zach Ertz role. 8 tutties himself. Darnell Mooney, pretty solid. 900 yards. 5 touchdowns. That move really swapped off Mooney and Pickens because I think Mooney had 4 pass catches for touchdowns, and he only had one since that move from week 11. So not bad. I like those numbers. I just wish Kyler played a little bit better. I think if Kyler plays a little bit better, we have even better numbers. I really believe that. He's a pick artist, but he plays quarterback. We want our pick artists to be our corners, really. But not bad. Cates is that's down a little bit for Cates, I think. I'd like to see that go up a little bit, but the backups don't get anything, and I have injuries on, amazingly, but none of these guys really get any play. It's 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back on the field at all times, pretty much. And every once in a while, you get a Kinney subbed in there. Dave Whalen's our 4th wide receiver. He's got 9 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown. Let's look at the defense, because that's what we really were interested in this offseason, is improving the sack numbers, because they were abysmal. Rashawn Gary, only 9. Lamar Gaines, a solid rookie debut of 7.5. Not bad. Lamar Gaines is our sub pass rush DT, so that helps him there. English, he needs to be better. That's our next weak spot, I think. Got to boost him up. I think all these guys grow to really get Rashawn Gary going. So not bad. This is offense. defense, dude. There we go. There we go. There we go. Top 10 overall in yards. Number 1 in pass defense. That's a positive move there. We went up and, of course, we let up more rushing yards. Jeez. 3rd worst in rush yards. But, sacks are better. Still with 10 picks, 11 picks, but the sacks went up. Sacks went up by almost like 10 sacks a season. So looking good. Let's take a look at the Pro Bowl, see if we can get any upgrades. And Kyler Murray is the 2nd QB on the NFC team. I don't think he's deserving, but who is C Nails? C Nails, is that a rookie? I can only guess what kind of playbook he's under. But going down, wide receiver 5 is the Sun God. Look at that. What a debut. Center, our center, Kitchen, made it. And then Cheatham, our right guard and our right tackle. Look at that. 3 guys from the center over to the right tackle. That's awesome. Sean Gary, looking good. Pratt made it. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of Isaiah Simmons. Holy smokes! We have an all-pro team. They all made the Pro Bowl, like half our team, but could make the playoffs. It's awards time. Looking at the MVP voting, Kyler finished inside the top 10, which isn't bad. Amon-Ra St. Brown in contention, and Kyler in contention. All right. Defensive player of the year. Nobody. Offensive rookie of the year. Nope. But look at this. Defensive player of the year. Chauncey Patterson beats out Lamar Gaines. We're going to get some dev upgrades. I like it. Well, hopefully. It's not always guaranteed that you get dev upgrades. Looking at best QB, Kyler takes 3rd. C Nails with the Packers playbook. Rookie. All right. Cates is in the top 10 for best RBs. Not bad. Looking at wide receivers, Amon-Ra made it, but that's it. Maybe next year we can get both him and Georgie Pickens in there with the depth chart staying the way it is. How do we not have any offensive linemen in best O-line, but we had 3 guys from our O-line make the Pro Bowl? I'm not getting that. And neither of the rookies make best D-line, but they were in contention. Well, they won rookie defensive player, but we have Pratt and Rashawn Gary in top 10 for best linebacker. And of course, we have no DBs there. Kicker, no. Not bad. We hopefully get some upgrades going forward. Let's take a look at our team before we head to free agency. We got Kyler Murray. He's 29. He's only at an 82 overall with the boost. We have Cates. He's a star dev. Jonathan Hines. Superstar. Amon-Ra St. Brown. George Rogers is up to a superstar. Let's go back real quick. And George Pickens and Mooney. George is a superstar, and Darnell Mooney is still a star. Everybody else doesn't have a dev. Lamar Gaines, Ragland, Kitchen, Cheatham, Reese, they're all in the 80s and they're all star dev. Lamar Gaines, he's an X factor. How about that? And Chauncey Patterson got the superstar dev, winning defensive rookie of the year. Ashmore is still regular dev, but he's already ahead of the first 2 D tackles that were drafted 2 seasons ahead of him. So these guys are just depth, and they'll probably be out of here not long. Rashawn Gary, unfortunately, has dropped to a star dev. We need to get him back up. I can't believe he's dropped to a star dev with making a Pro Bowl. Maybe it could have been worse. Zavon Collins is now our starting linebacker. We need to find another one because we let Pratt go. We didn't resign him. Kevin English, he was a star dev. He's now down to a regular dev. That's unfortunate, but he's still 23, so we can build him up. You have superstar Byron Murphy. Shaquille Hughes is still star dev. Of course, Trevor Sherman, he kept his star dev. Almost an 80. Sean Triplett, he is still a star dev. Up to an 81. And we brought in the rookie for backup here, Solomon Sherman. He was a free safety. We moved him to strong safety for the scheme fit. He's still star dev. So that's what we're looking to fill. Just a couple spots we need to fill in free agency. All right, so here are the moves we made for free agency. As you can see, we brought in Cole Holcomb to either be our starting MLB 1 or middle linebacker 2. He replaces Jermaine Pratt, who didn't want to come in. Nick Benito backing up our right outside linebacker. And, of course, Tillery will be a depth play here. All scheme fits. So nothing crazy, just making some minor moves here. Maybe we can bring in a new linebacker and draft. We'll see what happens. Welcome to the 2026 draft. Let's skip ahead to our pick. We have pick 17 in the first round. Not too much we need. Probably should trade back. There's no one I really am interested in, but 6'4" for the memes, man-to-man corner, but he's not a hidden dev. No development. He's fast and he's big, and he had good letters. Skip through the rest of the draft. Nothing really crazy to speak about. No hidden devs whatsoever. Can't have great drafts all the time, I'm drafting for scheme. We have a couple of 70s there. Gore, 75. Backup, strong safety, 71. Got a wide receiver in the 70s, late in the draft, but no dev. He's only 89 speed, decent acceleration. Maybe we can build him up, be a good depth guy down the road here, but not a great draft overall. Try to get lucky with finding a hidden dev, right outside linebacker and that middle linebacker there, but nothing crazy. So pretty much going into the new season with the same team. All right, we are ready for season 4. I believe this is. We've had 3 drafts. I'm losing what season this is. This video is taking very long to make, but we're almost at 100 on the schemes for offense. It should be 100. I'm going to fix that. We have Leonard Fournette as a power back to play the power back role. I'm going to try something different, but we also have 3. We have 4 receiving backs, so we have 5 backs, I think. Whatever it is, I gotta move around the depth chart because I wanted to show that it's 100, and I'm gonna move Leonard Fournette out of the starting lineup and to just leave him in the power back role and see if that helps at all going forward. Other than that, the team is pretty much set. It's just up to Kyler Murray to compile some stats here and some wins, or else he's out of here. All right, as we always do, we sim the first week of the season. We're at 88 overall on offense, 85 on defense, 86 overall versus a tough Chiefs team, and Patrick Mahomes is also at the same numbers. Let's see if this game is close, if we can pull out the victory, and we don't. And they put up almost 30 points on us, or 40 points, and we only scored 14. I'm going to blame Kyler right away. This team is ready to win now, and we just didn't get done. All right, jumping ahead here to our Week 10 bye week. We're up to an 89 overall on offense, an 88 overall on defense, an 88 overall, and we're 2-7.
How is this possible? Well, let's take a look at the stats here, shall we? Kyler, 22 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Does that say? I mean, that's not looking great to me. Rushing numbers. Angelo Cates can't even get over 4 yards a carry. 1 rushing touchdown. What is happening to our run game? This is terrible. Receiving. Amon-Ra, George Pickens. All right, they're doing pretty good. They got pretty good seasons. Rodgers having a little bit of a down season so far right there. Defense, Davon Collins. I mean, maybe that's where we're getting smoked here. Is the middle linebacker spot, but sacks seem to be a little bit higher than they were at this point last year, maybe. So, offense is 21st. Where's the defense at? 30th. Man, why is our defense playing so bad? Maybe we're missing Jermaine Pratt that bad. 22nd in scoring. Not great. Not great. Let's get to the end of the season here. See how we can make a little rally here and make the playoffs. Get back to 9-win season. We'll see. Well, we only managed to get 4 more wins the rest of the season. But we're up to a 91 overall offense. And an 89 overall defense, 89 overall. And we could be so much better with a better quarterback. I mean, imagine if Kyler Murray was a 90 overall quarterback, what this team would be overall. This is a dynamite squad. Maybe needs another new linebacker. We'll see. But this team should be winning. Is it the playbook? Is it Kyler? We need to find out. 28th in offensive yards, 11th in defensive yards. Basically, our defense, which was 30th by the week 10 bye, and our offense swapped, and they both went in different directions. We had to play Tuttle at the end of the season, last couple games, so that's a big move. Kyler Murray, no rushing yards. We sat Kyler the last couple games, and we put in Tuttle. He's in scheme, but he's very low overall, and he did well in that last game. But just down years here for everybody. Holcomb and Zavon Collins, both with a lot of tackles. Holy smokes. Some interceptions, a few sacks. They did do a lot of work there. Rashawn Gary, 12 sacks. Lamar Gaines. Kevin English getting in some sacks. Coach Patterson. We didn't create a lot of turnovers. Not too many. But, I mean, offensively, just terrible. I mean, and we were bad offensively before I took Kyler out. He's not good enough. Not good enough. We can't score points. 22 points a game. That's atrocious. There we are. Really good pass defense. Decent. No, not decent. Rush yards. Terrible. 39 sacks. Sacks, I believe, are up a little bit more than they were. 39. Top 10 sacks. So, there you have it. I think it's time. Is it time? I think it's time that we move on from Kyler. We sat him. But the new era begins. Can a rookie or a free agent we find come in and take this team with such high expectations and turn it around? Or is it just the playbook and the Cardinals' offensive scheme is just doomed no matter how close to the scheme and overall you stick? We will find out in episode 2 this Cardinals scheme rebuilt. See you next time, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.